important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
I'm gonna get arrested. Oh no! Oh no, mommy! Oh no, mommy! I'm gonna get arrested.
Di po namin siya i-deport. Mananagot siya sa batas dito sa Pilipinas.
Has it been the other time?
Let this be a reminder to all our visitors here in the Philippines that we always welcome tourists and visitors. We treat them with respect. We accept them and we expect them to follow the same rules as we follow the same rules when we travel. We have no ill feelings against Vitaly. He has served this time and he has shown his remorse and he is now a free man when he goes back to. So thank you very much.
It has now been more than 9 months since OG YouTuber turned IRL streamer Vitaly ended up detained in the Philippines after authorities accused him of acting like a public nuisance and harassing multiple people, including local police officers. This was not treated like some small slap on the wrist situation. Officials took it seriously from day one, and one man in particular, John Vic Marula, clearly made it personal that Vitaly was going to be held accountable and actually face consequences. Things only spiraled further downhill after Vitaly showed zero remorse during his press conference about being released.
The shots are kicking in.
Huliin mo yan! Huliin mo yan!
He's not chasing me.
I know!
Instead of reading the room, he repeatedly mocked both Marula and the Philippine justice system itself. At one point, he even applauded himself in court while clips of his own disruptive behavior were being played, which rubbed officials the wrong way and made his situation even more tense. After that moment, updates basically disappeared. The only thing that leaked out was that Vitaly was being shuffled through different detention facilities. A few images surfaced, suggesting he may have been baptized while locked up. Beyond that, the public only knew what these jails are known for historically: overcrowded cells, unsanitary conditions, and environments that are rough, even for hardened inmates. To make things even worse, both the United States and Russia made it clear they were not willing to accept Vitaly as a deportee. That left him stuck in limbo, almost like the movie Terminal, with no real country willing to take responsibility for him. For most of the last 6 months, it was straight radio silence when it came to anything involving Vitaly. Now, after all that time, an update has finally surfaced. About a week ago, wild rumors started spreading online claiming something horrific had happened to him in jail.
Oh no, mommy! I'm gonna get arrested.
It's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talagang we made a conscious decision not to have him deported.
Not only that, he may just move to another Asian country and do the same thing, right? For his content.
Some people even said his hands had been cut off, which turned out to be complete nonsense. New photos and video have now surfaced, proving that story was a hoax and confirming that Vitaly is still very much intact, despite everything that has gone down. So this is what Vitaly looks like now. After everything that went down, the change is obvious. He is rocking a thick beard and long, wild hair that he definitely was not known for before. The look is rough, almost primal. And yeah, it does give off that Liver King type energy, whether he meant it or not. From another angle, you can see the hair curling down the back of his neck, untrimmed and out of control, and it makes it pretty clear that the last 9 months hit him hard, both physically and mentally. Now this next part comes from the press conference held yesterday, where Rama officially announced what was going to happen next with Vitaly. This was the moment everyone had been waiting on. One thing was made very clear during that briefing: he is not heading back to America. Most of the conference was conducted in Filipino, but an English translation was provided, so there was no confusion about what was being said.
Vitaly Sodoro Betty. Yeah. Good evening. Okay, here's your Miranda rights. Okay, sir. You have the right to remain silent.
Rama explained that Vitaly is set to be deported to Russia, which on paper is his home country. The issue is that, as far as anyone knows, he does not really have strong ties there anymore. He does not appear to have close family living in Russia, and his mother is currently based in the United States. So while being released from detention is technically a win, the bigger picture is messy. It is unclear what kind of life he can realistically rebuild over there. there's also the reality that returning to the United States anytime soon seems unlikely. That alone puts a massive dent in his online career, especially considering where most of his audience is located. Rama also stated that all of Vitaly's cases in the Philippines are now officially closed, meaning the deportation process can move forward even though they are still coordinating the exact destination. One final detail stood out. Vitaly does hold a US green card, but his citizenship traces back to Russia, which ultimately gives authorities their justification for sending him there. Just look at the seriousness on Vitaly's face this time around. There is no smirk, no clown energy, nothing playful left at all. You can tell something in him shifted during those months locked away. Nobody really knows what he saw or went through inside those walls. The conditions alone are enough to mess with anyone's head, packed cells, no privacy, no comfort, and days blending together with no sense of control over your own life.
Po ang pag-deport kay Vitaly Sobereski, yung Russian vlogger na nakulong for harassment dito sa BGC. He has served out his sentence. He is now on queue for deportation back to Russia.
When he finally steps back into the spotlight, his body language says everything. He looks drained, guarded, and completely over it. The attitude is more like, get out of my sight, than anything else. And in a strange way, officials did make an example out of Vitaly. They sent a clear message without dragging it out for years and years. Keeping him locked up indefinitely would have crossed into excess, but this outcome landed right in that uncomfortable middle ground. In the end, it feels like a fair consequence. He pushed boundaries in a foreign country, ignored warnings, and tested limits that were never meant to be tested. Reality hit hard, and the lesson came with weight. Actions met consequences, and there was no way around that. Now here is where things start getting really interesting for Vitaly. The big question is what life even looks like for him next.
Salamat po, Secretary Remulla. Ang process po ng deportation sa Bureau of Immigration is nag-issue na po ng deportation order against Vitaly Zdorovetsky, ang Board of Commissioners. Ang pag-deport sa kanya ay subject to clearances ng NBI at saka yung courts kung saan siya nagkaroon ng kaso.
Word is that he is heading to Moscow, and that opens a whole new set of problems. Streaming in Russia, especially IRL streaming, comes with heavy restrictions that most people outside the country never think about. Yes, IRL streaming is technically allowed, but monetization on platforms like YouTube is severely limited or straight up unavailable. Some major Western apps face blocks or reduced access. Certain live content is restricted entirely, including parts of TikTok. Even Instagram and Facebook are blocked, which cuts off huge parts of his audience. That changes everything for someone whose entire career depends on being seen live, in real time, by people around the world.
Shut up, Chad. Stop scaring my mom. I'm not going to jail. I'm literally gonna have fun, talk to girls, eat some ice cream. I'm not doing anything fucking... Mom, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just hyping up with the chat.
TikTok live streaming and YouTube monetization have both been blocked in Russia since 2022, and that alone is a massive problem for someone like Vitaly. On top of that, if he tries to move the same way he used to in public, Russian laws are way less forgiving. There are strict rules around online behavior, internet censorship, and content considered disruptive or hostile, which is basically the exact lane his entire career was built in. From the early prank days, to the edgy shock content, to the ER-style chaos he leaned into before all this went down, and even the more recent nuisance streams, that type of content does not really fly over there. The margin for mistakes is razor thin, and slipping up could bring real consequences fast. That means his usual playbook might be completely useless in this new environment.
Na rin po kami sa pagde-deportan na lugar niya, yung bansa niya, which is sa Russia.
Si Vitaly po ay US green card holder pero Russian citizen. So ang normal process niya na hindi yung country of residence kundi yung passport of origin. Ang passport niya po ay galing sa Russia kaya doon po ang processing ng deportation.
At this point, all anyone can really do is wait and see how things play out. On a human level, it is good to see that he did not disappear completely or end up in a much darker situation. He served real time, faced real pressure, and paid a real price for the choices he made. For what he did, the outcome feels measured and not excessive. Now it is your turn to weigh in. What do you think about how this whole situation ended up playing out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the BeyondFame channel, share this story, and we will catch you on the next one.